Welcome to the PR show. Today, me and Jeffrey sitting here speaking to a young amateur MMA fighter who's fighting in his first kickboxing fight. It's a 3-day tournament. Young Jakes. Here, everybody, here's Jaycob Torres. How you doing, Jaycob Torres?
Yo, how's it going? What's up, YouTube?
So, Jaycob, what got you into wanting to be an MMA fighter, bro?
Man, I always wanted to be a pro athlete, so it's something I always strived for. I never wanted to do nothing normal jobs. Never been interested in it. So as other stuff started falling off, didn't really get grades to do this in school and make this team and do this. And I always liked to fight, and I always watched it since about 5th grade, 6th grade. Been watching it, followed it, and always seen it in my head. And just never been able to afford it to train and put the action myself. But now that I've been working and able to pay for it myself, I could support it. I could support myself in what I do.
And how long have you been training now for this kickboxing tournament you're about to enter?
About 4 months now, since March. About almost 4 months, three and a half. So started like the second week of March. So.
And your trainers, do they see potential in you and everything?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Your coaches?
Yeah, just in the gym pushing every day, you know. They see me, they push it every day, give me my tips, tell me this is what I need to do more of, throw more combos, learn how to just push the pace a little more, when to pick my shots better, when to load up with something, set up my different combos, just always something to learn every day, just sharpening up my tools.
Now, this 3-day tournament, you might get a bye the first fight, right?
Yeah, correct, because there's 7 people in my bracket, so it's obviously uneven. So with that, I'm the first guy that signed up, so I'm the first name on the list. So I actually might get the first round pass, which means I'll fight the winner of the second guy and the 7th guy. They'll fight, and I'll fight the winner of that fight.
Now, are you nervous?
Nah, no nerves, man. I'm ready to go. This is some shit I've been waiting for forever, so I'm just ready to get out there and do my thing.
So you're more anxious then to go out there and get it over with?
More anxious for sure. Just ready to
now,
go.
Are you gonna? You think you could sleep till fight night, or is it gonna be hard? You think because you're anxious to get in the ring?
I should be able to sleep. You know, you got to get a good night's sleep. I don't want to be tired at all, but I know once I feel myself getting up early, I'm gonna wake up right away and get ready to start working my combos, check my weight, make sure my weight's on point. Just make sure everything is on point. I don't want no mistakes in this.
And you're fighting under super lightweight?
Yeah, super lightweight in the kickboxing division. It's 137 pounds, and I've cuts from about 150 to 137. So just been trying to maintain around 137 for the last couple of weeks. On Wednesday, I was 136 after Wednesday's practice. So today I should be no more than 139. By tomorrow I'll be about 140, 139, same thing. So only a couple pounds to shave off. It ain't nothing. Just a little sweat, and I'll be good.
There you go. Now, your training. What was your training schedule, and what were you doing on each day you were training?
Well, every week it's Monday is MMA and jiu-jitsu. Tuesdays kickboxing and boxing. Wednesdays judo and jiu-jitsu. Thursdays again kickboxing and boxing, and Fridays just all around MMA again.
That's awesome.
Every week we stick with that schedule, and sometimes it's more on the days that there's 2 things. Sometimes it's more judo than jiu-jitsu, more jiu-jitsu than judo. Just depends on what coaches are there and what their specialty is.
That's awesome. And one of your coaches, who is one of your coaches?
Got some known names out there, man. Got Jose Shorty Torres, Titan FC flyweight and bantamweight champion, the champ. You know, first guy in Titan FC history to hold 2 belts and simultaneously. Second guy in MMA to do it ever, only to Conor McGregor, and he's done it in about 3 times as fast and only 5 fights, five pro fights, 2 belts, two finishes, I believe, maybe even 3 though. But
there
yeah,
you go.
man.
And he sees a lot of potential in you as a fighter.
Oh yeah, man. We my first month, I'd say he came in there because he was getting ready for his fight camp that he was going, and he was helping us out. And my coach, the Master Bob, he actually made me fight for my name because I was a new guy in the gym, and we both last name Torres. So he's like, you gotta fight for your name. Winner gets Torres, and loser will be thing 1 and thing 2. So right away.
So what are you? Who are you?
To the wolves. I'm thing 2.
You think 2, huh?
Thing 2 or thing 1, whatever. He hasn't decided. He mixes it
Now,
up, but
Torres, his amateur background was like phenomenal. Like nobody's done what he done as an amateur.
yeah, pretty much historically, he's got one of the best amateur records ever, track records ever. He started off 0-1, lost his first fight, then goes on to win 25 in a row, including representing Team USA twice, won gold for them, and then won the international tournament twice. So he's won. Yeah, that's what I meant. He won the national tournament twice for Team USA, and then he represented Team USA and won the international tournament twice. So he won 2 golds in there, and then that's why his pro record, once he finally turned pro, he hasn't got no slouches at all. He's already fought guys that's been in the UFC, guys with record of 18-2, this many knockouts, this championship belt, and with just 5 fights, he's already fighting at the top of the top.
That's awesome. And he's training you. You know, he's one of your coaches, and I'm sure he's giving you a lot of hints, a lot of training, so to build your career, you know.
Yeah, for sure. He helps whenever he can. Whenever he's there, it's all about being serious and putting in that work, you know, because he got his own camps and stuff to do too. So when he's not at my gym, he's in Denver training with TJ Dillashaw and the Elevation team, Neil Magny and all them. Or sometimes he'll be down in with Greg Jackson's team, training with John Jones and Holly Holm and Diego Sanchez and all them. So he bounces around and he prepares himself good, man. He gets a lot of good looks all around.
That's good. Now, you being, training mixed martial arts and kickboxing. Now, let's talk a little boxing and some MMA together. What do you think, right? Floyd or McConnor?
Who I want to win or who I think is going to win?
Who do you want to win? I know who you're going to say, but who's going to win?
I want McGregor to win. I want McGregor to change the game.
But he's not think he could win in a boxing match, what?
Oh, okay. Any fight, anybody can win. There's always
I understand, but I know people are like, McGregor's got a boxing, he boxed before he started MMA, for like 3 years and stuff like that. And I understand that, but Floyd was undefeated and fought nothing but boxers,
Yeah. It's the odds definitely ain't in his favor, but he knows the fight game. It's not like he's a rookie to the fight shit. He's 21-3 in the UFC, 17 knockouts. First UFC guy to hold 2 belts simultaneously. First guy to do it before the UFC in the Cage Warriors. So he's no slouch to the fight game, man.
Floyd's 49-0 with 20-something knockouts.
Not a knockout since 1999, though, too.
Yeah, but Floyd's a defensive fighter. He likes to dance around that ring. The thing is, can Conor's stamina last him a 12-round fight?
That's what it's going to come down to. And
that's what it's going to come down to.
He's not going for 12 rounds. I'll tell you that right now.
No, he's going for the first four rounds. He's got to beat him in the first 4 rounds. That's the only way he's going to fight.
He's trying to finish him. Yeah, no doubt.
Now, I just want to have one more conversation about boxing.
Okay.
Triple G or Canelo?
Man, this has been debated for a long time, and I've always went against Canelo. I said Triple G was going to beat him. Triple G was going to beat him for the longest, and I still feel like Triple G could beat him. But Canelo's proved me wrong every time so far. But when it comes down to it, I still put my money down on Triple G. I think Triple G is gonna take this fight.
Yeah, I think Canelo's gonna do it. I think Canelo's gonna beat him, and it's weird because I watched his last fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. That fight should have never even happened, and it's like to me, it's like boxing is coming more like professional wrestling.
It's Chavez had no business being in the ring with him, man.
But then it's like the way they even brought Triple G down the ramps and there was confetti. It turned into like a WWF. I paid $60 to watch WWE, And like the thing is, it's like I don't know. I know a lot of boxing guys are mad because Floyd's gonna fight Conor, but like Dana White puts the fights people want to see.
Right.
And the difference between MMA and boxing is you get the fights faster in MMA. Boxing, you get it 10 years later when nobody wants to see it,
Right. Take too long to sign the contract and go through the paperwork and the drug test and the blood test. Everything.
I believe boxing's a dying sport, and there ain't really a lot of stars like there used to be,
Yeah, for sure. And that's exactly why I would love for McGregor to catch Floyd on the chin and change the game. Because not only does it change the game for boxing, it changes the game for MMA forever too. And not only are they going to get paid, but that's when we start getting paid more, too.
Yeah.
Conor beats the best boxer ever in this generation. Shit. You think more guys ain't going to try to do that? Try to get up, get that money? They going to want that money,
and
too.
I know they said Oscar De La Hoya was mad that this deal's happening, but he should think about it because if Conor wins, he can have Canelo fight him or Triple G, whoever wins. It's all a cash-in for everybody.
Yeah. He's I think De La Hoya is only mad because he's not the one on getting money out this fight.
But he's not
under Golden Boy promotion.
Yeah, but he's got his big fight going on. Like you shouldn't be mad.
If it was under Golden Boy Promotions, you wouldn't hear nothing about De La Hoya.
Oh, he would have been happy if it was under Golden Boy.
Oh yeah, for sure. It wouldn't be a disgrace to boxing to him.
We do a thing here on the PR show. We have our top fives every now and then. Would you like to? We want to do. Who's your top 5 greatest UFC fighters of all time?
Of all time.
Start from 4 or 5 to your number 1. Who's your number 5, bud?
Of all time, all right. Shit. All right. All time. My favorite fighters or who I think is the best fighters?
No, your favorite.
My favorite guys
your favorite that you loved watching and everything. Growing up to now.
Okay, yeah. All right, number 5. We can go with Diego Sanchez. Always love that guy to fight. Brings the war every time. Never a boring fight with him. He's just a guy that's gonna meet you in the middle and throw punches with you all day and bang. So you like straight stand-up bloody fights? Diego Sanchez brings it every time. Man. And he was a former champion too, so he was at the top of his game. Number 4. Number 4. I could say Anderson Silva would be number 4 to watch. I didn't always root for him to win, but could never deny the greatness. The shit he did in the ring is just like like you say, you can't touch him. He's in your head. He's dancing. He's tagging you, and he had one of the longest win streaks in history ever in the middleweight division. So he dominated for. As soon as I got into MMA, he was the champ till about a couple years ago. So Anderson Silva was always at the top of the game and continues still to be one of the best ever. So never boring fight with Anderson Silva. Number 3, George St. Pierre. Always one of my favorite guys to watch too. Dominant, only 2 losses in his career ever. One to Matt Hughes, one to Matt Serra, and he avenged both those losses. So everybody there's 2 guys that beat him, he's beat him back, and he all his fights are. Most of them are dominant, not even close, man. The wrestling was too much. Wrestling, the karate background was just too much for damn near everybody, and they couldn't keep up with George. And a lot of people might say his fights are boring. He took people down. But it's a part of the game, man. He dominated people in there, just like you say with boxing. People who say Floyd's boring because he does what he does, but it's all what you're good at. It's all what you can master in the game. And he karate black belt, wrestling on point, one of the best ever. So number 2, Johnny Bones Jones, no doubt one of the most exciting fighters in the game now, and since he's been in it, he just he came in the game destroying people right off the bat, dominating people. Whoever they threw in front of him didn't matter, and eventually he made his way up to that title shot. He beat Bader. They didn't. He beat Bader. Then they gave him Shogun, and he destroyed Shogun. And that's when it was for sure, like, this guy's for real. Like, this guy's the truth. Shogun's a former Pride champion, former UFC legend. He's a legend, period. Simple way to put it. And John Jones destroyed him. Can't remember what round, but he finished him. I know that. He took the belt. He never lost it since. Only reason he's not champion now is because some trouble outside the gym, but you can't deny what that man does in the octagon, and I'm looking forward to see him get his belt back on the 29th against Cormier next week, or in 2 weeks. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, John Jones, no doubt, one of my favorites from years ago, and still is, and still will be in the future, because he's fucking 28, I think, 29. He's got a lot of time left in his game. Youngest UFC champion in history, too, if I didn't mention that, by the way. And number 1 favorite fight in the game's changed. You already know who it is. The notorious Conor McGregor. And people can say bandwagon, whatever. I watched the guy come up. I've seen him. I heard him say when he was nothing, just a little bald Irish dude in Ireland, talking about, my name's Conor McGregor, and without a doubt, I'll be in the UFC one day, and I will be champion. And you'll see. People doubted him. People laughed. People, no way. Who's this guy? Who the fuck is this Irish dude saying he gonna do this and that? Comes into from Cage Warriors, like I said, got 2 belts there, and then makes his way over. First fight in the UFC, gets a first round knockout. I believe his first couple of fights were all knockouts. And this is a guy that came from welfare checks 5 years ago. 5 years ago, he's collecting welfare with his wife that stood by his side, and now he's the richest MMA fighter in the game. Made more money than anyone has in this game. And all started off him believing in him when people told him he couldn't. He says... He said he knew what he was going to be before they did, and people laughed, and he proved them wrong again. That's what he feeds off of, proving people wrong. Man. And I love that shit. Yeah, I love the guy that could back up the shit talk too. So he say, I'm gonna finish this guy in 1 round, and he finishes this guy in the first round. And you're like, oh shit.
Now, are you like that or no?
Am I
cocky? Well, cocky like that? Confidence is always good. Now, are you more confident or cocky?
I don't consider myself to be a cocky fighter, but I definitely believe in myself more than anyone would. And I believe I'm the best already. Before I even get in the game, I believe I'm the best because you got to see it in your head. That's a lot of Conor's beliefs I've try to adapt into my own style, and I really do believe it. Like, he strongly believes in the law of attraction, and I strongly believe in the law of attraction, where you see it in your head and you picture it and you believe it enough and you say it, you'll get that shit.
There you go.
Like, you say, like, I've said I was going to do this MMA shit for a while and couldn't afford it and this, and now here I am just making my first fight in a couple of days in kickboxing, but I'm here down in Florida.
Oh, you cut off.
Checking out the lake view of the hotel, you know. You can't see the hotel?
Yeah, we can see it. That's nice.
Man. Oh, but yeah.
Hey, Jeff, you got any questions you want to ask Jakes?
No. I thought of a few here and there, but You actually covered just about everything. Been
Did I?
silent this whole time.
Yeah, man.
Jeff is the one that likes to sit and listen. He likes the conversation. Like when we did the first PR show, he was so interested in the conversation. He just sits there. But Jaycob, we would like to thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck in your tournament. We hope to talk to you after post fights and get some interviews with you. And we're rooting for you, kid. We hope you succeed. You got a bright future in front of you. We're proud of you, and us here at Doughboy Entertainment, we love you, bro.
No doubt, man. Thanks. Love y'all too. Appreciate it. Like I said, cocky and confident in preparation, but no matter what, always humble in victory or defeat. So I believe in myself. Like I said, it ain't about being cocky or being too this flashy, this and that. Just I know what I'm trying to do, and I know where I'm gonna go with this shit. And ain't nobody gonna tell me different.
There you go. You got it in your head. You know what you got to do. You go out there and you do your job, buddy. This is what you're trying to get paid to do. You go out there and do your thing. Yeah. It's your time to shine, boy.
It's time to work, man. It's time to work. Been putting in that work, all the hard work in the gym. Now it's time to have fun out here.
All right. Well, this is the PR show, and we're going to wrap up now with Young Jakes. It's been a pleasure having you, buddy.
Ooh, pleasure being on the show.
Hopefully next week you come back home, we can have a conversation, see everything. Well, I know everything's gonna go. I know you're gonna get your W's. Let's come back home and let's talk about some wins, baby.
Yeah, we'll get some gold on my neck, man. I don't know if I get a medal or a trophy, but either way, I'm trying to bring it back to the shop. So that's the plan, man. Just getting ready to weigh in tomorrow, and Saturday's business time.
There you go. Well, Jakes, thank you. Thank you for being part of the show.
All right. You're welcome,
all right,
man. No problem. Thanks for having me. Anytime.
Anytime, buddy. We'll talk to you later, all right?
All right, take it easy, y'all.